मुबारक 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 ये दिन हो।
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome to Jalsa Build Up Live, the program that takes you behind the scenes of this year's Jalsa preparations. In yesterday's program, we were able to go to Bet al-Futu and catch up with Nazim reception there, and also we were able to speak with one of the guests here in Fazl Mosque who had come from Qadian. We also were able to get an update from Office Jalsa Salana 2, where some of the car parking arrangements were explained. And of course, we were very fortunate that we had some time with Officer Jalsa Salana himself, who gave us the overall picture of the progress of the Jalsa preparations. He also, of course, mentioned two specific things yesterday, specifically the permanent langar, or the kitchens that have been set up there, and also the new facility of the roti plant. So we have fresh bread, inshallah, made on site in Hadiqatul Mahdi. And of course, in today's khutbah, Hazuri Aqdas has also mentioned this and given us some more insight. So inshallah, in future shows, we'll also take you to those nizamats and show you some of the preparations that are going there and the volunteers that help to set those nizamats up. Specifically in today's show, we'll also cover the two locations that we did yesterday, which is of course Hadiqatul Mahdi and Bet al-Futu. Firstly, I think we'll head over to Bet al-Futu and introduce you to Khalid and Raza Sahib, who are there to get an update and progress report. So Khalid, over to you in Bet al-Futu. How are the preparations looking there?
Yes, okay, we are here at Bet al-Futu, where today's been another busy day, especially as it's Jummah today. Today we've got two interviews lined up for you. One will be an Urdu interview and the other will be in English. The first one will be with the Nazim Office Jalsa Salana, and the second will be with the Naib Officer Jalsa Gar. So inshallah it should be good interviews for you today as well. Back to you, Zakaria.
Jazakallah, Khalid and Raza Sahib. We look forward to those interviews and catching up with those departments. We'll also, of course, be heading over to Hadiqatul Mahdi. So for a quick introduction and update from Shafqat, who's covering that location, over to Hadiqatul Mahdi. Assalamu alaikum, Shafqat.
Assalamu alaikum. This is Shafqat. I'm at Hadiqatul Mahdi, and as you can see behind me, alhamdulillah, the preparations are well underway for this year's Jalsa Salana, and our site is slowly coming together. Inshallah, today we will talk to a number of Nazmeen, try to get an update from their departments on how far along they are in preparing for the Jalsa. So please stay tuned with us, and inshallah later on we will bring them on to give you an update.
Jazakallah Shafqat there from Hadiqatul Mahdi, and earlier of course we had Khalid, who's in Bet al-Futu, and Raza Sahib also. We'd also love to hear from you, so please do get in touch with us. You can email us, you can tweet us. The email is jalsaconnect@mta.tv, or tweet at jalsaconnect. You can also catch some information and get the latest information regarding Jalsa, and also catch up with the previous Jalsa Build Up Live programs on our blog. The blog is mta.tv@jalsaconnect. That's mta.tv@jalsaconnect. Hope you enjoy that blog. Look forward to hearing from you. One of the tweets we've already had, actually, in fact, Moonshine075 says, so excited about all this Jalsa build-up. Stay connected through @Jalsa Connect. So please do so. I think we're going to head over to Bet al-Futu, back to Bet al-Futu, where we have Shafqat, in fact, we have Khalid there. So Khalid, over to you.
Okay. Assalamualaikum. Yes, we're now inside Bet al-Futu, and my colleague Raza Ahmed Saab will be interviewing the Nazim Office Jalsa Salana.
जो नाज़िम दफ्तर जलसा सालाना है उनके साथ मौजूद हैं। मियां साहब, आप हमें बता सकते हैं कि निज़ामत जलसा सालाना दफ्तर जो है उसका काम कब से शुरू होता है और इसके अंदर कौन कौन से इंतज़ामात आते हैं?
वालेकुम अस्सलाम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुहू। हमारा काम उस वक्त शुरू हो जाता है जब हुज़ूर अक़दस अल्लाह ताला बिन रज़ी की तरफ से अफसर जलसा सालाना की अपॉइंटमेंट हो जाती है। तकरीबन जनवरी में हो जाता है। उसके बाद फिर नायब अफसरान की अपॉइंटमेंट के बाद वो मीटिंगों का सिलसिला जारी होके और काम शुरू हो जाता है। जनवरी से काम शुरू हो जाता है और हर अफसर को उनकी निज़ामतों के मुताबिक, उनकी महारत के मुताबिक उनको निज़ामतें दी जाती हैं ताकि काम जो जलसा सालाना का है बड़ा स्मूथ और बेहतर तरीके से चल सके।
So I have just asked him when does this office start its work. So Nazim Sahib was saying that as soon as the approval from Hazur Anwar Ayyadullah Ta'ala bin Aziz comes, their work starts, and they build different committees and form the offices and give it to the people who are able and capable of doing or fulfilling these duties to their best of their abilities. नाज़िम साहब, इस निज़ामत का आपके मुतालिक आपके बारे में क्या राय होगी कि सबसे अहम काम क्या है?
सबसे अहम काम तो ये है कि हज़रत मसीह मौद अलैहिस्सलाम के मेहमानों का हर लिहाज से ख्याल रखना और उनको जैसे एक शहर बसाने के लिए एक मेहमान जब आता है एक घर में तो उसको हर ज़रूरत की ज़रूरत होती है, खाना भी, रहना भी, उठना भी, बैठना भी, आना जाना भी। उसके लिए बेहतर अपना हदीक़तुल महदी में उनके हर चीज़ की सहूलत के लिए जो सबसे प्रायोरिटी है उनका खाना पीना, रहना बहना, आना जाने का इंतज़ामात की देखभाल करना वो सबसे अहम काम होता है।
So one of the main duties of this nizamat is to take care of the needs of the guests of the Promised Messiah alayhi salatu wasalam, be it their transportation, be it their food, be it their accommodation. So this office is one of the main central hubs in distributing the duties and taking care of the guests of the Promised Messiah alayhi salatu wasalam. Nazim, आखिरी सवाल जो हम आपसे पूछना चाहेंगे वो है कि अल्लाह ताला के फज़ल करम से जमात अहमदिया हर साल नई तरक्यात की मंजिलात तय कर रही है और हजूर अनवर अय्यदुल्लाह ताला ने आज अपने खुतबे में ही फरमाया कि पिछले साल से जो तरक्यात हमने देखी हैं, तो इस ज़मीन में आपकी राय के मुताबिक जो दफ्तर जैसा सालाना है उसमें क्या बेहतरियाँ लाई गई हैं या क्या इम्प्रूवमेंट्स हम देख सकेंगे सर?
हाँ जी, सबसे पहला काम तो ये है कि अफसर जैसा सालाना साहब जो भी होते हैं वो हुज़ूर अनवर से मुलाकात के बाद जो भी हदायत मिलती हैं वो डायरेक्टली ऑफिस को दी जाती हैं। ऑफिस उन हदायत पर अमल करते हुए, चूँकि जब हुज़ूर की हदायत होती हैं उनमें खुदा ताला की रज़ा होती है और मसलत होती है और काम में बड़ी आसानियाँ पैदा होती हैं ताकि हर मेहमान को वो सहूलियात मिलें जो मतलब कि हमारा फ़र्ज़ है। तो इन बरकत भी होती है हज़रत मसीह हज़रत जो खलीफा वक्त की दुआओं से और उनके हदायत से जो भी काम किए जाते हैं उनमें बरकत भी होती है, मसलियत होती है और काम भी बड़ा आसान हो जाता है।
So it is purely and entirely the grace and blessings of Allah Ta'ala and the prayers of the Khalifatul Masih that are a driving force for all the shobajats and all the organizations and all the offices. And it's the same thing with the office Jalsa Salana. It is the guidance of Hazrat Khalifatul Masih that has given the Jamaat the strength to reach new heights every day. Jazakallah Nazim.
Thank you very much. So nice. Shukriya, Jazakallah.
Jazakallah Raza. And now we'll head back over to Zakaria in Masjid Fazl.
Jazakallah Raza Sahib and Khalid Sahib, they're from Beit al-Fatu. That was an update from Office Jalsa Salana 1. So it was good to hear from that department. Sounds like things are progressing well, things are in hand, and of course one of the key aspects of the Jalsa preparations is in fact the preparations of the site itself. And as Hazuri Aqdas in today's khutbah mentioned, that there are only 28 days we have available according to the rules here to prepare that site. So what we're going to do now, I think, is head over to Hadiqatul Mahdi, where Shafqat is with Nazim's site in Hadiqatul Mahdi. So over to you, Shafqat. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to Hadiqatul Mahdi. We have with us now one of the Naib Officer Jalsa Salana, Maqbool Ahmed Sahab. Assalamu alaikum, Maqbool Sahab. Maqbool Sahab, can you tell us your role for the Jalsa setup and all the different departments that you are responsible for, and also give us an update on what's new this year in all of those departments?
Yeah, Chef Kassav, I've been given responsibility of 9 different departments, which includes transport, reception, airports, and communication, and shuttle service to country market. The most important thing we have actually introduced this year is Orange, T-Mobile, and EE have invested about £30,000 to install a temporary mast here, so which have improved the connectivity to mobile connectivity and signals really, really good. And you can see today when they have just gone live, and we could see a really good signal for 3G even. So I would really say people should actually use these services as much as they can, because if we send them a good service or good traffic this year, they will carry on doing this free of charge for Jamaat.
MashaAllah. Also, for the transport side, is there something different that you would like to give guidance on, or what you would like people to do to make it easier on Jalsa?
Again, I would like to request people to utilize country market as much as they can. We have again put a really good infrastructure in. Shuttle service runs every 5 minutes from Hadikatul Mahdi to country market and to Alton Station as well. And it's only 5 minutes away from here. So it's actually easier to park in country market and get a shuttle service here rather than coming here and park, and getting in and out of the car park is sometimes can be quite difficult.
Also, we've seen every year, mashallah, the site increasing. And I believe the communication on site has to be quite good as well between different departments. Have you found this year, or have we upgraded any of our equipment or put in new measures to cope with that demand?
We have invested a large amount this year to increase or improve the quality of our digital radio system, walkie-talkies. And this year, inshallah, you will experience the walkie-talkies we're using. They're a lot more clearer, they're digital, and you can do one-to-one calls on them. And inshallah, that will be a great improvement, inshallah.
We always find at this site, because it's so remote, there's always an internet problem. And I think we struggle with connectivity on site. Is there anything that's been done this year differently to cope with that demand?
Well, unfortunately, we are limited what we get from the suppliers. But what we have done, the whole site, the whole arena basically, is supplied with a wireless internet access for the management team, for the offices. So you will not find even a single spot where you can't find an internet connectivity. It might be a limited speed, which is not, unfortunately, it's not in our hand, but you will have the internet connectivity everywhere, inshallah, in arena.
Jazakumullah, Jazak. Thank you for your time. I know you're quite a busy man. And then may Allah guide you and help your team as well to obviously deliver the parking, the communication, and your other transport responsibilities.
Just remember us in your prayers. Me and my team, they're mashallah working very hard. And just remember us in your prayers. Jazakallah.
Okay. Thank you very much. That was Maqbool Saab. So inshallah, our next interview is with the Nazim Health and Safety. And inshallah, we will be back with you soon.
Jazakallah Shafqat. Alhamdulillah. That's just more evidence of how Allah's blessings are on this Jamaat. For those who are familiar with Hadikatul Mahdi, we know the communication is in such a remote area, and by the sounds of it, that is also progressing really well. Just having that signal available to us and improving the communication is going to be a real good progress for us. Alhamdulillah. We have Alamia to thank for that. We also have some tweets which I just wanted to read out. So we have Bari Malik Sahib, who's tweeted, and he says, Assalamu alaikum. Jalsa Salana UK Mubarak to all Ahmadis around the world. Well done, MTA. Jazakallah for your very nice comments there. We also have Neela, who's tweeted us with watching MTA at Muslim TV with a live Jalsa build-up. So it's good to hear some viewers tweeting there. We'll inshallah read some more tweets a little later. You can of course tweet us at Jalsa Connect, or you can email us at jalsaconnect@mta.tv. I think now we're going to head over to our other location in Beit al-Fatu. Covering that location, of course, is Khalid and Raza Sahib, where they will bring you an update and progress report from Beit al-Fatu. So over to you.
And now we're going to go into the Jalsa Gar office, and where we're going to be interviewing the Naib Officer Jalsa Gar. So if you want to follow me in. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Malik Abusad, thank you. Can you please explain to the viewers what the office is all about?
I'm Naib Afsar Jalsa Gah, Imam Service Officer Jalsa Gah, and under my department there are 5 nizamats which are working, and their names is, one is Office Jalsa Gah, and the second one is Programming, the third one is Ishaat, Publication, and the fourth one is Issuing Passes, and the fifth one is Counting the Attendance of Jalsa Salana.
Okay. And can you give us an explanation, or can you tell us when your office, when your role starts? Is it before Jalsa, during Jalsa? When does it actually start?
The work starts about 3-4 months before Jalsa Salana. This year we started our work in February, because the programming to invite the people to send their voices for the Nazam, to send their Tilawat-e-Quran Kareem, and then we listen the CDs, and then approve, a committee approves their program, and then with the recommendation we send it to Hazur Ayyadullah Ta'ala bin Nasr Aziz, and then the final approval comes from Hazur that who is going to recite the Quran, who is going to recite the poem. So it takes such time, long time. So we started in February, and by the grace of Allah, the program is published now.
And you've told us about what you do before Jalsa. What does your office do during the Jalsa?
During the Jalsa, number one, there is a Office Jalsa Gah, and Office Jalsa Gah duty is to prepare the passes for the stage, to get the passes from car passes office for the workers, and apart from that, the rabita between other offices and office to supply stationery and anything which relates to the office. So that belongs to office. So office runs throughout the Jalsa Salana. And the second one, the most important, is issuing passes. So particularly in this office, we are issuing passes inside, within the Jalsa Gah. For example, we issue the passes for reserved chairs. We issue the passes for translation. We issue the passes for green area and for the translations. So particularly during the Jalsa, there is a great rush who demand for the green area. And
a lot of people want to go into the green area. So how do you decide who can go into the green area?
There are certain criteria for the green area, and whoever qualifies, so we issue that green area. Please, can I have that green area criteria?
Well, while we wait for that, can you explain to us or tell us that, because we know the Jamaat is growing every year by the grace of Allah, what improvements or additions or extra things have your department done this year?
We are trying to improve our work. We, in the end of year, when end of the Jalsa Salana, we ask the Nazimeen, workers, Muawaneens, and the public to give us their feedback, and we write down under the supervision of Officer Jalsa Gah, Maulana Taur Mujib Rashid Sahib, in the red book. And Imam Sahib gives the instructions before the Jalsa starts that every Nazim, every Naib of Jalsa Salana, Jalsa Gah, should read the red book, and we try to improve our work. This year, particularly in issuing passes, so we have increased some more counters, because particularly on Jummah Day, there is a great rush, and we want to finish it as soon as possible. The categories for the green area is members of the National Majlis-e Amla of any country, Umara, regional or district Umara, missionaries, Asiran-e-Rai Maula, workers in the central offices, Waqfin Zindagi, presidents of the Jamaat, and members of National Amla of sub-organization Khudam al-Anbiya and Ansarullah. And apart from that, if there is a highly involved in the Jamaat activities, so we do issue the passes for them.
Right, so thank you very much for your time. I know we've only got a limited amount of time, so thank you for your time.
Thank
and
you
thank
very
you.
much.
Okay, Jazakallah. Zakaria, back to you.
Jazakallah Khalid Sahib, and that was of course Naib Afsar Jalsa Gah there from Bet al-Fatu. So viewers, I just wanted to read out a couple of more tweets that we received. We have a tweet from Quraishi Salma. It says, really enjoying the transmission on MTA and looking forward to visit the Jalsa. Please pray for the success of the Jalsa UK. Ameen. And also we have a tweet enjoying today's live coverage about Jalsa UK. Thanks MTA. Jazakallah to you. Thank you very much for viewing and enjoying the program. Viewers, also I think we'll give you a quick update on the weather here in Bet al-Fatu, as well in for the mosque and Bet al-Fatu and also Hadikatul Mahdi. So the weather's been a good day today, alhamdulillah, so it's made the preparations a lot easier. In Hadikatul Mahdi it's also been very good, so we'll head over there and in fact find out how those preparations have gone. I understand Shafqat is with one of the Nazims in Hadikatul Mahdi. So over to you, Shafqat.
Assalamu alaikum, welcome back to Hadikatul Mahdi. We're now joined by Nazim Health and Safety, Irfan Qureshi Sahab. Assalamu alaikum, Irfan Sahab. Alhamdulillah. Irfan Sahab, every year on year we see the site is increasing in its size and complexity. What are the challenges that your department faces, and what measures are you guys taking to make sure everyone is safe?
Basically, Assalamu alaikum to everyone around the world. First of all, I request for prayers for everyone, for us around this Jalsa. It's an immense challenge. Basically, we've got a 28-day period in which we have to not only set up but also wind down the event. So we've got the first few days where we set up the event, and then we've got the 3 days of the Jalsa, and then the wind down period takes place. So the first phase and the last phase is actually, the site actually becomes a construction site. So basically all the contractors, volunteers, everybody complies with the health and safety regulations that we have. And we also submit an event management plan to the council, which the council actually approves. And we all work under that. So subcontractors supply paperwork which agree with the event management plan, and we basically carry on along those lines.
Acha, mashallah. We see around the site, there's a lot of volunteers who help out to bring the site together. These individuals are not from a construction industry or any industry where they need to comply with health and safety.
Yes.
So what sort of challenges do those propose, and how do you go about actually making sure these individuals comply also?
Basically, we have a health and safety office right at the entrance to the site. So all volunteers, contractors, whoever may be, they come to the health and safety office. We give them a site induction, which is a site safety induction. We explain the rules to everyone. So everyone knows everyone is briefed at the start when they actually start their duties, that this is the health and safety requirements around the site. And as long as everybody follows it, everybody keeps safe, and the safety aspects are taken care of.
MashaAllah. We also see there's a lot of heavy machinery actually. It's surprising how much is going around. Is there a certain standard you look for in the subcontractors also before they come on site, or are they briefed about volunteers, etc.?
Yeah, basically what all subcontractors do is they provide a method statement, which is basically their method of work, and a risk assessment, which actually highlights the risks that are to do with the work that they do. And in terms of the plant movement, we need to obviously look for people who are trained to operate the plant, and obviously they've got a certificate of competence to operate the plant. And then the most important thing is reversing vehicles. So all the plant is fitted with reversing buzzers. As soon as the plant reverses, the buzzers go off, so everybody knows the plant reversing. And a driver is, what he makes sure is before he reverses, he checks the mirrors, and he makes sure there's a banksman behind him who's actually supervising the reversing operation. So that's basically it. So as long as everybody remains vigilant throughout the process, then inshallah there'll be no accidents.
And of course, we have your team to thank as well, because you're continuously there to remind us about the health and safety. We do sometimes lapse in it. So Jazakumullah to your team also. Is there any further guidance you would give to other workers or volunteers who are going to come on site to help?
Yes, basically, in terms of all volunteers who are going to be coming through, they need to undergo the health and safety induction, go through the process, and make sure that they remain vigilant on site at all times. It's actually between the first phase and the last phase. 3 days of Jalsa, everybody can relax and enjoy.
Jazakumullah, Jazak Irfan Sahab for your time. I know you're quite a busy man to make sure you keep an eye on everybody. And inshallah, we will pray for the success of the Jalsa and your team also. And please remember us all in your prayers also. Okay, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Jazakallah Shafkat Sahib. That was, of course, the health and safety Nazim there in Hadiqatul Mahdi Irfan Qureshi Sahib. So, for those viewers maybe not familiar with this department, this is one Hazur in fact alluded to this in his khutbah today, that there are certain rules and regulations that in the UK we must follow, and the health and safety department is key to ensuring that we follow the rules that are in this country. And alhamdulillah, it's another sign of the progress that we are making as a Jamaat, that organizationally we're able to have all these departments and function fully within the rules, and progressing in fact better than the rules state. So alhamdulillah, thanks to Alamia. Now we're going to take a short break and then join us just after this short promo break. Assalamu alaikum.
Where you will get exclusive coverage, updates, plus web-only blogs and articles. Interact with the online Jalsa experience and gain access to a wealth of information on Jalsa and the Ahmadiyya Muslim community.
A unique event, uniting the world. 3 days of spirituality. Join us from the 5th of August till the 1st of September for exclusive Lana United Kingdom 2013. Our broadcast will inshallah include special documentaries, studio discussions, the international Bad ceremony, and the highlight of the event, the inspiring speeches by Hazrat Khalifatul Masih V, Ayyadahullah Ta'ala bin Nasrihil Aziz.
Welcome back to Jalsa Build Up Live, the program that takes you behind the scenes of this year's Jalsa preparations. And with that in mind, we're going to head back over to Hadiqatul Mahdi, where we have another update from Shafkat. Assalamu alaikum, Shafkat.
Welcome back to Hadiqatul Mahdi. We now have another 2 Nazmeen. They're from the electricity department. So first of all, we have Nazim Electricity Jalsaga. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. आप क्या बता सकते हैं हमें कि आपकी जिम्मेदारी क्या है और आप क्या सेटअप करते हैं जलसे के दौरान?
जी अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, मुझे जो खिदमत का मौका मिल रहा है, लजना साइड की जितनी भी इलेक्ट्रिसिटी है उसको हमने कवर करना होता है। इसमें जितने शावर टॉयलेट्स हैं वहाँ पे स्पेशली गर्म पानी का हमने बड़ा इंतज़ाम किया, क्योंकि ठंड की सूरत में ठंडा पानी मिलता था। अभी हमने स्पेशली उनके लिए गर्म पानी का इंतज़ाम किया है। और फील्ड में स्पेशली हम टावर लाइट्स लगा रहे हैं पहले से ज़्यादा, कि सुबह नमाजियों के लिए प्रॉब्लम ना हो, आसानी से उनको रास्ता नज़र आए और आसानी से जा सके।
ठीक है, और आप क्या फाइंड कर रहे हैं कि हर साल एक्चुअली ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा इक्विपमेंट यूज़ हो रही है, लाइटिंग एक्सेट्रा, तो उसके मुकाबले में आप क्या उसका हल निकाल रहे हैं और क्या सेटअप चेंज कर रहे हैं?
जी अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, हमारी टीम में जितने भी नायब नाज़मीन और नाज़मीन हैं, अल्लाह के फजल से सारे क्वालिफाइड हैं, अकॉर्डिंग टू लॉ सारे काम करते हैं। और जब कौंसिल के बंदे भी आते हैं वो देखते हैं, बड़े खुश होते हैं। और हमारी एवरी ईयर जो हमारी बहुत इम्प्रूवमेंट हो रही है अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह,
माशाल्लाह। तो आपका ऑब्वियसली जो डिपार्टमेंट है पहले जलसे से पहले भी बहुत मेहनत करते हैं और बाद में भी मेरे ख्याल में, तो हमें आप बताएं कि आप जो वाइंड अप है उसमें आपका क्या अनुभव होता है?
हम अल्लाह के फजल से जलसे से तकरीबन कोई 3 माह पहले हम बुखार अमल शुरू कर देते हैं, जो कि संडेज को होते हैं। एवरी संडे हम अल्लाह के फजल से हमारी टीम इधर आती है। हम सारी वॉइस जो पिछले साल की होती है उसको टेस्ट करते हैं ताकि अगले साल के लिए उनको रनिंग में ला सकें। सारी वॉइस को टेस्ट करके हम रख देते हैं। फिर जैसे ही जलसा स्टार्ट होता है, मार्कियाँ लगती हैं, तकरीबन 2 वीक पहले हम फिर फील्ड में काम शुरू कर देते हैं। तो अब अल्लाह के फजल से जितनी यहाँ पे मार्कियाँ लगी हैं जो हैं इस वक्त सब वर्किंग कंडीशन में हैं। सब जगह पे लाइट है, टॉयलेट में गर्म पानी मौजूद है। अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह अभी तक सब ठीक चल रहा है।
चले माशाल्लाह, जज़ाकुमुल्लाह खैरन जज़ाक। आप भी बहुत बिजी हैं, इसलिए आपको भी हम जाने देते हैं और हम सबको भी दुआ में याद रखें। अस्सलाम वालेकुम। हमारे साथ अभी बुरहान खान साहब भी ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं। बुरहान साहब, आप हमें बताएं कि आपकी कौन सी साइड है जो आप इलेक्ट्रिसिटी मैनेज करते हैं।
जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम सबको। मेरा काम एमटीए के लिए जितने भी इलेक्ट्रिकल इंस्टॉलेशन है तो उसको करना है शुरू से लेके आखिर तक, वाइंड अप तक। तो बस आजकल वही चल रहा है।
बुरहान साहब, हम देखते हैं कि हर साल माशाल्लाह एमटीए भी बड़ा होता जा रहा है, उनकी डिमांड भी बढ़ती जाती है। उसके मुताबिक में आप क्या एक्स्ट्रा जनरेटर्स लाते हैं, उसकी केबलिंग वगैरह मुश्किल है या उसका क्या हल आप निकालते हैं?
नहीं, ओवरऑल लोड तो इनका इतना नहीं इंक्रीज होता। वो तो हमारा वही 300 केवीए तकरीबन ट्विन सेट रन होते हैं। और बाकी इनका सिर्फ ये स्टूडियो का सेटअप है जो हर साल चेंज होता रहता है और बहुत दूर दूर चले जाते हैं हमारे सेटअप से। तो काफ़ी लंबी लंबी तारें रन करनी पड़ती हैं उसके लिए। आज भी इस दफ़ा भी इन्होंने जो इनका स्टूडियो है और MTA3 जो है वो तकरीबन 250 मीटर जनरेटर से दूर है। तो वो काफ़ी हैवी केबल्स होती हैं तो उसको रन करना फिर होता है। बहरहाल हो गया।
मेरे ख्याल में आपकी सिर्फ ड्यूटी पहले ही होती, पर दौरान भी और बाद में भी लग रहा है, क्योंकि एमटीए का जो ट्रांसमिशन है वो सारा रिलाई करता है आपके ऊपर कि आपकी डिपार्टमेंट उसे हर वक्त ऑन एयर रखें। तो वो आप कैसे मैनेज करते हैं?
जी हाँ, नहीं बस ये तो अपनी तरफ से तो पूरी कोशिश होती है, बाकी तो तवक्कल अल्लाह ताला पे होता है। दुआ के ज़रिए ही ये खुदा ताला के फजल से ही सारे काम होते हैं। अगर कोई इंसान समझे कि उसकी ये बड़ी ताकत है या उसके उससे हो रहा है, नहीं ऐसे नहीं है।